number one, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at. Meet Joe Black. What I'm saying, people saying what's already been said. Predictions, I don't listen, it's already in my head, no funny. Your most hungry place, I was past that at 28. Underground tapes, as my ass cap in publishing states. As we slide in the G-Ride, I've been getting criticized, it's keeping me energized. Create with a business mind, I'm from where killers reside. A wild hood, only knew goons since my childhood. Say anything in they raps cause it sound good. Don't even mean what they say, horrible outlook. Y'all ain't really about this house. Y'all was in the house with it. We don't respect fake jewelry and silly outfits. Window down, blowing out great tits. New York's J. Prince on Houston Street. I caught the bounce before my even bounced the beat. I took the hard way in it, man, it's the route for me. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. In top three, I'm not number one, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. In top three, I'm not number one, how could you post that?
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and we'll get to see the Eagles' creative quarterback as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Eagles and the Dolphins, and it's coming up next.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Miami Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up here in the booth. And Charles, for fans of defensive football, I don't think it gets any better than this. We get to see the league's best and second best defenses square off in a game where points probably figure to be at a premium.
But hits won't be at a premium, will they? Because these two units, they dole them out, and if each of them has their weapon.
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And it'll be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. He'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. They're going to look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for Philly. 49 yards. CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win, like a good pitcher, without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 17 carries, 111 for yards, and a touchdown.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And he will find his man on the outside. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A 1st down carry for Henry. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know one good play gets a ball back up to that level. This may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. This defense for the Dolphins, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. Here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7. Back to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Now back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Eagles have moved out in front.
And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Elliott now to have the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive goes 8 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller. Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll look to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The clear blitz pays off there as they sack it for a loss of 5.
Well, how about that? The defense's first sack. It doesn't come from one of the usual suspects up front. It comes from the secondary.
Yeah, I think they caught the quarterback off guard a little bit because he wasn't able to account for the possibility of that blitz and change the blocking assignments. He comes through and puts him on the ground.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. He'll look to throw.
That's going to be caught downfield by Hill.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down. They'll set up a throw. toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Going for it all. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from drawing level. And a great example there of just getting the feet in a tough spot. It seems like every year these guys get better at this.
Well, I think the drills get better that they work on, training camp, off-season work, OTAs. But also a lot of these guys have dance backgrounds, ballet backgrounds, and they take that and carry it over to the football field.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
And we'll see if they can disrupt it here. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Back to throw here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And oh, the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold.
Well, the element of surprise was there. All right, there's no doubt about it. For us, maybe. But not for the guys on defense. An incomplete pass on the fake field goal attempt.
I guess, though, if you're trying to pick up the 1st in that spot, why not let your QB throw the ball, right?
Thinking that might be a better way to go?
Instead of your kicker, yeah. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back and forth first half that we've seen. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 25-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Dolphins have broken our tie as they take the lead.
Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Desmond King to return it from his end zone.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
He'll look to throw.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Back to throw again. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. First down now, but the clock continues to move toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw again. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far. Fun to watch. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Miami. And they were able to find some success running the football, which is something they'll need to continue to do in a close game like this one. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, here's a look at their numbers throwing the football in what was a very even first half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
7 yards there and a first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The last run got 6, now second and 4. Again, it's Henry. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 88 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. We discuss it a lot, but he is so hard to get to the ground, and we saw it right there.
How about that low center of gravity, the strong frame that he has? If you're a bowling fan, you would understand and recognize that ball goes right into the pocket and pin scatter. It's exactly what we saw there on that run, wasn't it?
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Henry up the middle. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Back to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 13-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Dolphins have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game. If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And some space here.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 50 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver, complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
So right now what I'm seeing an offense just firing off the ball a lot quicker than they can react. And not only that, they're sustaining the blocks too. I'm seeing guys get 6-7 yards downfield before there's even a hint of contact.
They're going to look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
I know in this spot they have to be thinking to themselves, let's go ahead and go for it right now. We don't know if we'll get another opportunity. But if you trust your defense at all, you kick the field goal and maybe have one more shot later.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll bring him back within 4.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
That's going to be caught by Waddle.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Dolphins.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Henry running right.
He's got it to the 43 here.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Henry will get it. He's been busy today.
And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 38.
They'll They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They'll run for it with Henry. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
So this offense able to convert on 4th. And now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. 107 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Complete to number 14. A gain of 5. First down, Dolphins.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1.
Henry is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will get the lead up to 7. Sanders' kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
So now the Eagles down by 7. And time, a huge factor. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. They'll look to throw.
Well, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted.
Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Inside handoff, Henry. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. A handoff, running left, Henry. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
So now it's the Eagles' turn. Trailing in this one now. A little over 80 ticks to go. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10. And this is incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now back to throw.
And that one into the hands of Ayuk downfield.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2. If they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Dolphins offense returning to the field.
And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Miami,
they improved to 14-2 with still 1 game left to be played in this regular season.